Hey guys, so I told you over a month ago that I was going to do an everyday makeup routine tutorial thing, and then I never did. So I'm going to do it now. Also, like some of you guys know, I had a beauty channel here on YouTube for like a week when I was 13. Yeah. So this is me reliving that failed dream, I suppose. I'm kidding. But from here on, I'm going to voice over and closed caption the video. So yeah, well, let's get started. First, I just get my hair out of my face, because if I don't, it's just freaking annoying. But after that, I take the L'Oreal Youth Code BB Cream in the shade Light and just dot that all over my face and blend it in, including onto my neck so it doesn't look like I'm wearing a mask. Then I take the Revlon Color Stay Foundation in Nude, which I'm obviously running out of, like you can tell by my struggle here. But I just dot that onto my face where I'd like some extra coverage. And yeah, normally I wash my hands here, so I didn't really know what to do with myself because I didn't bring a sink. Darn. But I take the e.l.f. small stippling brush and just blend that into my face using stippling motions. And then I take the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in medium on an e.l.f. powder brush and just set all of that all over my face and again on my neck too. Next, I take the BH Cosmetics 10 color palette, which I broke, but it's all good. I just take any of the shades really in there on the e.l.f. blush brush and just dab off the excess onto the lid. But then I just apply that onto my cheekbones and nose up towards my temples, yada yada, yeah. And then on the MAC 168 brush, I just use the matte brown to contour my face using the 3E method, and then I also blend it onto my neck, of course. And then I take the e.l.f. eyebrow kit in the shade medium on an angled brush that I actually bought from a craft store, but I washed it, don't worry. But I just take the powder and fill in my brows a bit and then blend it out with an eyebrow comb. Then I take the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Agreed to prime my eyelids and my brow bones for eyeshadow. And then I take the Urban Decay Naked Palette on an e.l.f. angled shadow brush. I take Naked and put that on the inner half of my eyelids, and then I take Virgin and put that on the inner corners and on my brow bones. Then I take the shade Toasted and put that on the outer half of my eyelids. And then next, I take Buck and put that into my crease. All on that same brush, by the way. Then I take the MAC 217 brush with no shadow on it and I just blend it all out. And then I take the Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliner in Perversion, which of course was not sharpened because I'm never actually prepared for anything, but I just line my lower lash lines with that and then smudge it out a bit with my ring finger. I realize I sort of messed it up there, but you know, it's all good. And then I take that angled brush again and I use this shade Toasted on the inner half, sort of. And then I take the shade Virgin again and put that on the inner corners once more. And then I take the shade Hustle and just sort of blend that all through the lower lash line. And then I take a liquid eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Master Precise Liquid Eyeliner in black, and I just line both of my upper lash lines. Except this is the part of the video when I realized I didn't have a mirror with me, only the viewfinder of my camera, and it was extremely difficult, alright? It wasn't going too hot. But I just lined my upper lash lines. And you know what? Right here, I stabbed myself because I didn't have a mirror. So you know what, kids? Have a mirror, alright? But after that, I start making my wings on both sides. No, I don't have any tips for you. I just wing it. Ha ha ha. Once I decide one wing is meh enough, I move on to the next one. And just remember this. The wings or your eyeliner, whatever, it lasts for a day. So if it looks like crap, oh well. It's all good. You know, woo. And next is mascara. The one I'm using here is the DJV Errday Fiber Wig Mascara. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Whatever. I didn't really have a favorite mascara. My mom gave me this, so whatever. And last comes the lips. And of course, I was not prepared again. The pencil was not sharp, so I had to sharpen it. Whatever. But this is the Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics pencil in the shade Tard, and I just sort of like line and fill in my lips with this. It's really exciting, I know. And if you know me at all, I'm really obsessive about how my lipstick looks, so I touch it up like 50,000 times. So yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, after that we're done. Super exciting, yeah, go team, woo, yeah. And that's the end. I hope you guys liked it and enjoyed it and learned something. really valuable, I must say. That was very, very hard without a mirror. So my suggestion to you is, if you're going to do your makeup, make sure you have a mirror with you and not just a little tiny screen. Thank you guys a ton for watching. I know this is very different from what I normally do. I will not continue doing makeup or anything like that. So yeah, up next, Christmas and Hanukkah songs, so get pumped. Thank you again for watching. Bye.